Hello there and welcome back to Forza Top Gear Laps Rivals, the spin-off where we pit a couple of cars with common ground and close PIs against each other to see which one can come out on top. Today we focus on two off-roading Fords designed to tackle all obstacles. While they started life in two different eras, they stand toe-to-toe today thanks to the act of Restomodding. So, what is a Restomod? Well, essentially it consists of taking an old classic car and mixing in modern car technology and features. In essence, you get the best of both worlds. The looks of an older classic car and the social stature that can come with that, as well as having a car that performs much better and is much easier to live with than it would be in its original specification. Take this 1975 Ford Bronco for example. This Bronco has been rather heavily upgraded to make it a better car to live with. Firstly, the engine is a later fuel-injected 351 V8, as used in the later Broncos. We then move on to the undercarriage upgrade. This Bronco has an uprated suspension and tyre package, hence the much higher stance than the standard Bronco. Inside those wheels you'll find power disc brakes, meaning the vehicle stops much better. Back up top again you'll find a power steering system, air conditioning, reupholstered seats, and a modern entertainment system. The result is a Bronco that goes, stops, and sits much better than it originally did. While some may consider modifying a Bronco heresy, especially considering it's a hot commodity in the collector's world right now, there's no doubt these upgrades have made this Bronco more than just an experience, and more, something to be enjoyed anytime and anywhere. However, while the Bronco looks the part, there's no doubt this Ford truck is the real deal, because this truck is proven. This is a 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor, which is already a very formidable vehicle. Part of the 13th generation of the Ford F-Series, the Raptor was a trim package first introduced in the previous generation of F-150 and was designed to be the ultimate off-road Ford truck. This generation of Raptor sported the replacement of the 6.2 litre V8 in favour of the 3.5 litre twin-turbo EcoBoost V6, a controversial decision, but it did receive power, torque and towing capacity improvements. Elsewhere, a new 10-speed automatic transmission, all aluminium body panels, Fox Racing suspension, and 35-inch all-terrain wheels and tyres all assure this is a truck quick, no matter the terrain, and this particular Raptor definitely proves that. This Ford F-150 was a competitor in the legendary Baja 1000, an endurance race through the deserts of Mexico. The Raptor not only finished, which is a rarity in the Baja, but it scored third place in the stock full-class competition, which as the name would imply means this Raptor was run entirely stock. Afterwards, it then proceeded to drive the 400 miles back to home base, setting the record straight once and for all. The Raptor isn't just a cool truck, it's one of the most capable trucks in the land. However, while both of these trucks are designed to be go anywhere, do anything vehicles, how will they cope on the tight, twisty and tiny Top Gear test track? Let's head to the track to find out. And onto the track we did indeed go. First up, the 1975 Ford Bronco Barrett-Jackson edition. 320 horsepower, 395 foot-pound torque, 3,705 pounds of weight. Of course, we have had a standard Bronco go around the track before, although comparing this Bronco to that Bronco is entirely pointless because they are two very different kettles of fish. This Bronco, I wasn't really sure what to expect when it came out here. I've driven a silly version of this before, one that falls over every single time it goes around the corner, a jelly version of it, but I've never actually driven the proper original vehicle. As far as it goes to drive, honestly, it's not as bad as I expected. I did get warned by a couple of people that the handling of this vehicle's stock is not particularly good, but I found it to be relatively okay. It is very quick in a straight line, that's the first thing I noticed. This 351 V8 definitely gives it a huge power boost over a standard Bronco. It is also quite stiff as well, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting, considering it's got an off-roady stance to it, for this to be sort of a very soft, wallowy vehicle, but no, it's actually pretty stiff. However, that will bite you in the arse a bit. You need care, you need to sort of fidget the steering a little bit, you know, little inputs here and there. Because if you go hard lock on, essentially the rear end will just come around and meet the front end, and it will sort of buck up onto a couple of wheels as well, occasionally. It's just the stiff suspension, so just take care when driving it, and it's actually not as bad as you'd expect. Next up we have the 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor race truck, 450 horsepower, 510 foot-pound torque, 5,525 pounds of weight. Of course, it's the most powerful, torquiest, and by far and away the heaviest vehicle here today, the big bruising F-150 Raptor. Now, we have had the standard version of this car go around the track, and as far as I can tell statistically, this race truck Raptor and that Raptor are identical statistically. They have the same PI, same everything. However, doing a little bit of research into it, apparently this one handles a little bit better. I don't know if it's a placebo effect. It seemed a little better handling-wise to drive, but I don't really know. I drove the original Raptor after this one. I drove them back to back. I really couldn't tell that much difference, but I guess it's a little bit better handling. I'm not too sure though, so don't take that with, you know, take that with a pinch of salt. We'll have to see sort of what the times say. The only other thing you really need to watch with the Raptor, it's not a vehicle you have to be careful in, unlike the Bronco. You can pretty much throw this around and you'll be fine. You do have to bear in mind though, this is a 5,525 pound car, and it certainly feels like it. You can feel the weight in this thing. It is massive. So just keep an eye on that. Don't go around corners too quickly. You'll definitely get a hang of this vehicle, though, much easier than you would say the Bronco. Onto the times, and I can't believe this, the Bronco was the quickest car today, going into 263rd place with a 129.021. Goes in between a Stratos and a Hoonigan Bel Air. Ironically, it's not that far off of a Hemi Cuda Barrett-Jackson edition. That Bronco is very, very quick. I think that's about 6 seconds up on the standard car as well. The F-150 Raptor race truck is the clear loser. 306th place, or 131.371. Interestingly enough, compared to the standard Raptor, it is 0.6 seconds quicker, so not really sure what's going on there. Goes in between a Legacy RS and a Firebird Trans Am. At the end of the day, though, which one would I want to take home? And to be honest with you, it would be the Raptor. I know it's the slower car of the two, but the Raptor is a much easier vehicle to drive. It's much more consistent in the way that it drives. The Bronco is nice, the Bronco is quick, but the Raptor is a little bit more my style. However, if you wanted to go with the Bronco on the basis that it is much quicker, I really couldn't blame you. That Bronco is phenomenally quick. Not sure what it's like upgraded, but, you know, considering it's doing that stock and it's a mid-D class car, and it's up there with sort of your higher-end D class cars and your sports cars and stuff like that, yeah, that one might be a serious consideration for a very quick car upgraded, but you'll have to play around with that. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching this edition of Forza Top Gear Laps Rivals. Do hope you've enjoyed. Of course, stay tuned for the main episode, which is going to focus on off-road cars. That is coming later next week. And also, stay tuned to the next Rivals episode, which is going to focus on two complex, compact, classic cars from two very different countries, trying two very different tactics. Join me for that. Until then, farewell.
Stay on that, 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 save the population.